Louisiana Beer Reviews looks at French Broad Rye Hopper Ale. Now, once again, their website doesn't give us any real information, but Rate Beer and Beer Advocate are saying 5.9% alcohol, and Rate Beer says 59 IBU. That could be true. When this was introduced, I do not know. This is the second of the beers I bought from Dorgnac's from French Broad. They may have some other ones in the New Orleans area, and I'd like to try them. Okay, 22-ounce bottle. Now, as far as the scores with this rye beer, very good is what Beer Advocate's saying, which would be like a B+. And Rate Beer saying 90 out of 100 and a 93 out of 100 for the style. So really solid scores here. There are a few video reviews. I haven't watched them yet. I have them on my watch later list that you can do on YouTube. So I'll try to check those out in a little while. No date, no nothing. There is some, well, let's see. There's something at the bottom here. It says it's just some code numbers. I don't see anything about a date. Let's check it out on this rather chilly morning at 8:15 a.m. Cold front came through. The wind is blowing, dry air, about 60 degrees, 63 degrees. Coldest it's been since early May, so it's been warm or hot for the last 5 months. All right. I have this undershirt on. Try to help me out a little bit. Not a thick head, a thin off-white head, just like their IPA, which was a very strange beer. At first I thought it must be spoiled. It had such a sharp citrus lemony thing going. Then I drank the rest of the bottle and it wasn't so bad, but it's just really unusual relative to other IPAs. This one has that same weird smell. And this is a bright orange. Well, it looks gold orange from that appearance. With the sun coming right at me, it's bright orange, brilliant orange, and bubbly. And I don't see any specks or anything floating about. Well, no, let me take that back. I'm starting to see them. Yeah, there are little specks of whatever and some bubble streams. Okay, it looks nice, but that same, I don't know what it is. Are they putting some kind of chemical in this beer? I don't know. I can't make it out. It's almost impossible to describe, but you need to try it to get. You might be able to pin it down. It's really sharp. It's pungent. It's I don't know. It's like if you have oranges, maybe Valencia oranges. I don't know, and they were starting to be overripe and starting to rot a little bit. I know that's not correct. It's some kind of from the hop resins, or maybe also the rye is giving it a pepperiness. Maybe this is a little different than the IPA, but they're very similar in their aroma. So the aroma, the score is, I don't know, but it's strange. It's an A+ for oddness. This one has a little more pepperiness, and that's coming from the rye, okay? But it has that same strange lemon head, sweet tarts, duck sauce flavor. I mean, you get some light white bread and sweetness and sugariness and the pepperiness, but it's, and there's bitterness, but I would not say this is an overtly bitter beer. Now, as I drink it down, the bitterness will come out. Just like the last one, it comes into play more as you sip it down. You'll notice it more on your tongue, but initially it's not that bitter. The mouth feels medium, a little slick, and the finish is on the dry side. It's easy drinking, and it's peculiar. Well, I can't say, just like the last one, I couldn't say it was bad. But, and also you can't say that it's run-of-the-mill or like everybody else. There's so many IPAs, or and rye beers too maybe, but especially IPAs, they're so similar. Like people will tell me, everybody's IPAs taste the same. And generally that's true. There's some slight variation. I guess in a taste test it'd be very difficult to tell which was which. But I have a feeling I can tell Torpedo from other ones. I have a feeling. I might not be able to tell at all. I'll go with Beer Advocate and say very good. It's a B+, but maybe if I got used to this one and the other IPA, I might go into the A range with those. But yeah, bitterness is coming out. It's different, and I would recommend getting both. Don't avoid it just because I'm describing it as weird, but I think I'm right in that. Although when I read the written reviews for the French Broad IPA, they weren't really saying what I was saying. So here's a book called Target America, The Influence of Communist Propaganda on U.S. Media. It's from 1981 during the Cold War, which I guess we're still in the Cold War, right? That was sort of like incorrect when they said the Cold War was over in 1990. Well, maybe it could have been over, but as we know now. He's got chapters like the Far Left Lobby, Proven Communist Agents, the Selling of Sihanouk and the Cambodian Communists, and Zigzag Parallelism, Whitewashing the North Vietnamese, Campaign Against the Agency for International Development, so on and so on. And then at the end he's got a balance sheet, which is probably the most interesting part of the book, and he goes through different characters. And he talks about people and says, what did they do good and bad? Well, mostly it's what they did bad. Seymour Hersh talks about all the articles he wrote. And he's saying he's almost 100% pro-communist. Gareth Porter, same thing. Morton Halperin, okay. Same old story. Saul Landau. And some other, and some groups, Institute for Policy Studies, the Center for National Security Studies, and he's saying they all have a pretty obvious pro-communist, pro-Soviet bent. This was Regnery Publishing, which tended to be more old right than new right. Anyhow, it's 33 years old. Thank you for excuse me. Thank you for watching this video production. What a beautiful, clear day. Y'all come on down to New Orleans.